We're going to review the Western MVP3 snowplow, and I'm going to recommend you watch this video before you pull the trigger on buying one. I absolutely love the lift system on a Western snowplow and the hooking system, how they actually attach to the truck, but that's where the love affair stops. Western MVP3 plows need dramatic improvement. Today I'm going to show you where we have two identical trucks, two snowplows put on at the exact same time, same day, within 4 days of each other. One of the cutting edges on one of the trucks is gone, and the other cutting edge is absolutely fine, in good condition. I called up directly the Western snowplow rep. I had him come out to my house and take a look at this, and I got absolutely nowhere. I didn't get a good answer. I did learn that there may need to be some micro adjustments in the T-bar of the actual snowplow to keep it from biting more. If this is the pavement and this is your snowplow, to keep it from biting more into the pavement. Personally, I find that to be a bunch of BS. If you've got to micro adjust it so that you don't get it to bite more, and you have that makes so much of a difference in a snowplow that you'll have a blade shot. In this case today, this truck had earned or did $2,000 worth of snowplowing, and the blade needs to be replaced at a cost of over $450 to replace that blade. When you do the math, that means 25% of the total earnings of that truck, snowplow, the whole system goes right back into the cutting edge on this Western MVP3. Furthermore, on that exact same truck, that plow has already been into the shop for repairs one time. Now, it was under warranty, still it shouldn't be touched. We're the exact identical truck, identical blade, has not had any issues whatsoever. Inconsistency in manufacturing is what I'm finding from this. Now I want you to make sure that we understand all of the conditions. These are two trucks working on the exact same lot, and sometimes they plow simultaneously right next to each other. There's times that we actually put the blades of one truck with the blade of the next truck, and we use that to plow. That's how close together these are. They work the same hours, all the same condition. Two snowplows should have absolutely no difference in wear. But my disappointment with the Western snowplow doesn't stop there. We're gonna look at the controller on this Western snowplow. A very good point was made by Tim, where we had just tested out a case skid loader that had hand control. We've been trained for decades to do hand-foot controls, and within 6-8 hours, we were running the case with hand controls only skid loader pretty efficiently. But now you give us this new Western controller, and we've got 40 plus hours on this controller, and it's still not intuitive. It's got an 8-button pattern, and it's small buttons and in a wonky pattern. Plus, on top of that, you have 2 buttons that do separate functions. So you have 2 buttons that when you hit the button one time, it'll make the left wing move out, and you hit the exact same button a second time, and that Western blade, that same wing will move in. So if you're trying to scoop with this button and with this plow, and you hit the button the first time, you don't know if it's gonna go forward or backward. And so sometimes you're trying to scoop and the plow's going backwards and you lose your whole load. Not a very good controller in any way, shape, or form. So between the manufacturing flaws, the micro adjustments in the T-bar that you have to make sure that you don't get it too aggressive a cutting edge, you wear through a cutting edge and you don't know it. You're a snowplow guy. You're not a technician. You're out making your living moving snow, and you can't make a living when you're putting 25% of your income back into just the cutting edge on this plow alone, and that should not be your job. Between that and the controller, which after 40 plus hours you can't get familiar with, it just feels wonky. I don't recommend this snowplow, plain and simple. And in fact, I told the Western rep when he came out to take a look at my snowplows side by side, I said, you want to take this plow back? It's hardly used and I don't like it. Now I'll keep the one plow, the one Western MVP3. I have 2 of them. I'll keep one of them for continued testing. I want to see how this plow functions, not after 1 season, but after 3, 4, 5, 10 seasons. I want to see how that plow functions. But I would love to get my hands on a Western wideout and compare that to the Western MVP3, because right now I'm going to give the Western MVP3, the plow itself, a rating of 4.5 out of 10 stars. Not a very good rating. I'm going to give the controller on that Western MVP a 1. Worst controller I've ever put my hands on. I've had Boss controllers, I've had Heineken controllers, and this is by far the worst controller. If you have the option, if you still, after watching this video, you still want to buy an MVP3, I'm going to recommend you probably try out the joystick controller, which I found out from the rep is available at no extra charge. but they sell 98% of them with the button controller. Disconnect it, throw it in the garbage. That's what I'd like to do with it. And so far, my service from Western hasn't been overly impressive either. I contacted the Western rep directly, and we will see how they respond. I will keep you updated in further videos to the issues that I brought forward to their attention. At this point, the rep came out, took a look at it, and told me I needed to contact my installer, which makes absolutely no sense. To me, that's just putting barricades in front of a problem, trying to keep more people from actually coming up with a solution. If I'm talking to the rep from Western and I'm showing him the problem face to face, he should be the answer man. It should have nothing to do with the shop that installed the snowplow. That makes no sense whatsoever. But he asked me to go back to the shop that installed it, which I did while he was standing with me. So we're gonna see how Western handles this issue. Be careful if you're out buying a Western's MVP3 snowplow. I would definitely look at other options. Please subscribe, because the next video I'm gonna do on snowplows, we're gonna actually compare a V plow with a straight plow with wings. And we're going to talk about efficiency and which plow is better for snow plowing commercial, residential lots, for carrying capacity, for longevity. That's a huge factor in these. We're going to go walk through every single component that we need so you can make the right decision if you want a V plow or if you want a straight blade with the wings. I guess it would be more like. We'll talk about that in our next video. Love you guys. God bless. Take care. Until next time.